Welcome to Arhata Yoga Ashram. Today, we have come up with a new topic about how to become a certified yoga teacher. The 200-hour training explained. Let's start. Welcome to today's episode. If you've ever attended a yoga class and wondered what it would be like to guide others through the same experience, you're not alone. Many practitioners reach a point where curiosity turns into a deeper calling, one that leads toward becoming a certified yoga teacher. But what does that journey actually look like? What happens inside a 200-hour yoga teacher training? And why has it become the global foundation for yoga education? Today, we're unpacking that process step by step so you can understand not just the certification itself, but the transformation that often comes with it. Why the 200-hour yoga teacher training is the global starting point. In the modern yoga world, the 200-hour yoga teacher training has become the most widely recognized entry-level certification. It offers a structured introduction to the philosophy, anatomy, and teaching skills required to guide safe and meaningful classes. While yoga has existed for thousands of years, the idea of standardized teacher training is relatively new. Over the past 2 decades, yoga schools and international organizations have developed educational frameworks that balance traditional teachings with modern science. The 200-hour training does not claim to create masters. Instead, it establishes a foundation, one that introduces the core elements of yoga while encouraging continued learning and self-reflection. Understanding what certified yoga teacher really means. The phrase certified yoga teacher can sound formal, but its meaning is quite practical. Certification typically indicates that a student has completed a structured program covering the essential components of yoga instruction. These programs usually explore physical practice, breathing techniques, meditation, teaching methodology, and ethical considerations. Many also incorporate functional anatomy and injury prevention, reflecting the increasing integration of modern movement science into yoga education. When students complete a 200-hour yoga training, they receive recognition that they have studied these core areas and demonstrated the ability to guide basic classes responsibly. Certification marks the beginning of the journey, not the end. What you actually studied during a 200-hour training. People often imagine yoga teacher training as an extended series of advanced poses. In reality, the curriculum reaches far beyond physical practice. Students spend significant time exploring yoga philosophy, learning how classical teachings relate to contemporary life. They study anatomy to understand how joints move, how muscles stabilize, and how breath influences posture. Teaching skills are also central. Trainees practice speaking clearly, sequencing poses logically, and observing students safely. Over time, these skills evolve from uncertainty into confidence. The process is immersive. It combines physical experience with intellectual understanding and personal reflection. The role of self-discovery in teacher training. One of the most surprising aspects of a 200-hour yoga teacher training is how personal the journey becomes. Many students begin with the intention of teaching others but end up learning just as much about themselves. The structured environment encourages reflection. Regular practice reveals physical patterns and mental habits that often go unnoticed in everyday life. Philosophy discussions open questions about values, stress, and relationships. Rather than offering quick answers, the training creates space for inquiry. Students gradually begin to understand yoga as a process rather than a performance. This internal shift often shapes how graduates eventually teach. A research-based perspective on yoga and well-being. Scientific research increasingly supports the benefits of yoga as a holistic practice. Studies published in medical and psychological journals have linked regular yoga practice to improved flexibility, reduced stress levels, and better emotional regulation. Research examining mindfulness and breathwork practices also suggests positive effects on attention and resilience. While yoga is not a substitute for medical care, these findings help explain why structured yoga education programs are gaining popularity worldwide. Understanding the science behind movement, breathing, and relaxation allows yoga teachers to guide students with greater awareness and responsibility. Learning yoga in an ashram environment. For some students, the most immersive way to complete a 200-hour training is within an ashram setting. Ashrams provide a disciplined daily routine that integrates practice, study, and reflection. One example is Arhanta Yoga Ashram, which offers structured teacher training programs rooted in traditional yogic lifestyle principles. Students follow a consistent schedule of early morning practice, philosophy study, anatomy education, and teaching methodology. The ashram environment emphasizes focus and simplicity, allowing trainees to experience yoga as a way of living rather than only a physical practice. For many participants, this immersive approach deepens their understanding of both yoga philosophy and practical teaching skills. Choosing the right yoga teacher training program. Not all 200-hour programs are identical. The learning experience can vary significantly depending on the school's philosophy, teaching style, and structure. Some programs focus heavily on dynamic asana practice, while others emphasize meditation, anatomy, or philosophy. Some take place in residential retreat settings, while others unfold over several months in local studios. Prospective students often benefit from considering their own goals before enrolling. Those seeking personal growth may prioritize reflective environments. Those preparing for professional teaching might look for programs with strong mentorship and teaching practice components. A good training aligns with both your curiosity and your lifestyle. Developing confidence as a new yoga teacher. Standing at the front of a yoga class for the first time can feel intimidating. Teacher training acknowledges this reality and gradually builds confidence through guided practice. Students begin by observing experienced instructors, then move toward teaching small segments of class. Feedback from trainers and peers helps refine communication and sequencing skills. Over time, what initially feels uncertain becomes natural. Teaching shifts from memorizing instructions to responding to the energy of the room. Confidence grows not from perfection but from experience. Life after the 200-hour certification. Completing a 200-hour yoga teacher training opens several possible paths. Some graduates begin teaching immediately, offering community classes or assisting in studios. Others continue studying advanced topics such as yin yoga, prenatal yoga, or meditation facilitation. For many, the most meaningful impact appears in everyday life. Graduates often describe improved self-awareness, healthier routines, and a deeper appreciation for rest and breath. Yoga teacher training rarely changes everything overnight. Instead, it introduces tools that gradually reshape how people relate to movement, stress, and attention. The real meaning of becoming a yoga teacher. Ultimately, becoming a yoga teacher is not about mastering a pose library or memorizing philosophy texts. It is about learning to guide others with clarity, patience, and responsibility. A good teacher understands that yoga classes are not performances but spaces for exploration. Students arrive with different bodies, histories, and expectations. Teaching requires listening as much as instructing. The 200-hour training provides the groundwork for this responsibility. Final reflection. If you're considering becoming a certified yoga teacher, remember that the decision is less about achievement and more about curiosity. A 200-hour yoga teacher training invites you to study movement, breath, philosophy, and human experience with deeper attention. You will learn technical skills, but you will also learn patience, humility, and presence. And perhaps the most important realization is this: teaching yoga is not about having all the answers. It is about creating space where people can explore their own. Thank you for listening. If you are interested in starting a yoga journey and becoming a certified yoga instructor, please visit our website at www.arhantayoga.org.